Welcome back to Tell Me More Stories Told This podcast. You know how this works. We take all the stuff you sent us and break it down so you don't have to. Today, we're diving into the world of Hailey Bieber. From ballet dreams to runway lights to marrying a pop superstar. Quite a story. Are you ready to get to know Hailey a little better?
Absolutely. She's often seen as simply Mrs. Bieber, but her journey is way more interesting than that. She was born Haley Road Baldwin in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, so right off the bat, famous family connection. Her dad is Stephen Baldwin, one of those famous acting Baldwin brothers.
Yeah.
But did you know her mom, Kenya Deodato Baldwin? She's a pretty big deal in the design world. And then there's her grandfather.
Umir Deodato, a Brazilian music legend. It's fascinating to see that mix of artistic and show business influences in Haley's background. I think it helps explain her comfort in different creative fields.
And can we just talk about how she was named after Haley's Comet? That's just cool.
A little foreshadowing, maybe. Her career trajectory has certainly been comet-like in its speed and brightness. Let's start with how she took the modeling world by storm.
She signed with Ford Models early on and pretty quickly started appearing in big-name magazines like Tatler, Love, V, and ID. Not your typical teen magazines.
Exactly. She wasn't going for the girl next door vibe. Her look was often described as edgy, even androgynous. It helped her stand out in a world that was, let's be honest, a bit obsessed with the blonde, beachy aesthetic at the time.
Okay, so her first big campaign was for French Connection in 2014. But what really launched her onto the fashion A-list was Walking for Topshop and Sonia Rykiel that same year. Huge names, especially for a runway newbie.
It showed she could deliver both high street and high fashion. That versatility is key in building a lasting career. And she wasn't just a clothes hanger. She was bringing personality to those walks. You could see it in the photos and videos.
Speaking of which, remember that Love magazine shoot and short film by Daniel Jackson? It really showed Hailey could do more than just pose.
It was artistic, a little provocative, and cemented her image as a model who was more than just a pretty face.
Then 2015 was just a whirlwind. American Vogue, Teen Vogue, covers for Jalouse, Dutch L'Officier, and American Wonderland, plus editorials from Ms. Vogue and WSMB. It's like she was conquering a new fashion territory every month.
And that Ralph Lauren campaign, alongside Cody Simpson, a musician just like her grandfather, put her in front of a whole new audience.
It's fascinating how she was able to build such momentum so early in her career. So many models struggle for years just to get noticed. What do you think was her secret sauce?
Well, partly it was being in the right place
Yeah.
at the right time with the right look. But she also worked incredibly hard. Look at how she kept that momentum going. Back to the runway for Tommy Hilfiger and Philip Plain in 2015.
Then in 2016, she signed with IMG Models. That's not just any agency. They handle some of the biggest names in the industry.
It shows she was thinking strategically about her career, surrounding herself with a powerful team. And it paid off. Marie Claire called her a fresh face. And she walked for Moschino alongside established supermodels like Miranda Kerr, Alessandra Ambrosio, Jordan Dunn. Talk about arriving in style.
Plus, her first guest campaign that year, talk about a classic model move.
Yeah.
It proves she could also do the more commercial, accessible side of fashion.
And she kept collaborating with major names. UGG with Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, the face of Karl Lagerfeld's Love from Paris line. It was clear she was becoming a brand favorite.
I'm exhausted just listening to all this. Before we dive into the rest of her modeling career, let me just quickly remind you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the rest of this deep dive. We'll be right back with more on Hailey Bieber and how she conquered the fashion world.
Welcome back.
We were just talking about Hailey's incredible rise in the modeling world.
It's hard to believe how much she packed into those first few years.
And she didn't stop there. In 2016, she took on Fashion Week like a seasoned pro.
Hitting the runways in New York, London, Milan, and Paris.
That's the fashion grand slam.
Yeah.
And she wasn't just walking for any designers. We're talking Tommy Hilfiger, Prabal Gurung, Jeremy Scott, Tory Burch, Maddie Bovin, a mix of established names and up-and-coming talent.
Plus, she was smart about using social media to connect with fans and brands. Remember her posts from that Stradivarius party in London? She understood that being a model was about more than just looking good on the runway.
Exactly. She was building a personal brand, and that's crucial in today's fashion landscape.
More campaigns followed. Guess again. Australian brand Sass & Bide. And magazine covers, Harper's Bazaar, Australia, French Elle. She was becoming a global fashion force.
And she kept landing those coveted covers in 2017, Spanish Harper's Bazaar with John Cortajarena, British Elle.
But then came a bit of a bump in the road, the
Yeah.
Fire Festival. Ah, yes, the infamous Fire Festival. That promotional video with all those models frolicking on a beach. It turned out to be a complete disaster.
It definitely tarnished some reputations. But to Hailey's credit, she donated her earnings to charity and distanced herself from the whole mess.
It showed a sense of responsibility and perhaps a bit of savvy PR.
Even supermodels can't predict the future, right? Speaking of things not going according to plan, let's rewind a bit. Did you know Hailey actually wanted to be a professional ballet dancer before modeling took over?
It's true, and she was serious about it. But a foot injury sidelined her dreams. It makes you wonder how her life would have turned out if that hadn't happened.
It's like something out of a movie. One door closes, another one opens, and she ends up on the world's biggest runways.
Uh-huh.
But her early interest in performing arts makes a lot of sense when you consider what came next.
Absolutely. She dipped her toes into television, first appearing with her family in a documentary called Livin' It, Unusual Suspects, back in 2005.
And who can forget her appearance on Saturday Night Live with her uncle, Alec Baldwin, in 2009.
Talk about family connections, and she must have caught the music video bug from her grandfather, because she starred in a few, including Cody Simpson's On My Mind in 2011.
It seems like she was always drawn to the spotlight, even before modeling took center stage.
And she proved to be a natural at hosting. Remember her segment at the MTV Europe Music Awards in Milan in 2015? She was alongside Bianca Balti and Tiny Tempa, presenting the Best Music Video Award to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis for Downtown.
So she was rubbing shoulders with music royalty early on, and she co-hosted the 2016 iHeartRadio Much Music Video Awards in Toronto with Gigi Hadid, another future supermodel. They even introduced a live performance by Shawn Mendes.
It's interesting how many of the people she collaborated with early in her career went on to become huge stars, almost like she had a knack for spotting talent.
Or maybe talent was just drawn to her. Either way, she was building an impressive resume beyond the world of modeling. And then came her biggest hosting gig yet, to drop the mic.
A rap battle show on TBS. Quite a departure from fashion, but it showed she had range and wasn't afraid to try something new.
She co-hosted with rapper Method Man from 2017 to 2019. That takes some confidence to hold your own alongside a hip-hop legend.
It showed she was more than just a pretty face. She had charisma, comedic timing, and a willingness to push boundaries, all qualities that would serve her well in the next chapter of her career.
Which brings us to Hailey the businesswoman. We've seen her model, host, appear on TV, but she wasn't content with just being in front of the camera. She wanted to build something of her own.
And she started early. In 2016, she collaborated with The Daily Edited on a handbag capsule collection called #The Hailey Edited Collection.
Smart use of her name and a catchy hashtag. She also partnered with UK footwear brand Public Desire, using hashtag PDXHB to promote the line. She was clearly savvy about social media and its power to reach consumers directly.
She wasn't just lending her face to these brands. She was involved in the design process. It was a sign of things to come. Then in 2016, she announced her own makeup collection with Australian brand Modulco.
So she was testing the waters.
Yeah.
Trying out different collaborations to see what resonated with her audience.
And learning valuable lessons along the way. By 2018, she was ready to take the next big step. She trademarked the name Hailey Bieber for commercial purposes.
A strategic move, especially considering her relationship with Justin Bieber was becoming increasingly serious at that time. It was like she was merging her personal and professional identities, preparing for a future as a power couple.
It was a bold statement, a declaration of her ambition to build a brand that was uniquely hers. And in 2022, she did just that, launching her own skincare brand, Rhode.
Named after her middle name, Rhode. It was personal, elegant,
Yeah.
and spoke to her focus on natural beauty. But launching a skincare line in today's crowded market is no easy feat.
Especially with so many celebrity beauty brands already out there. What do you think were the key factors that contributed to Rhode's success?
Well, she leveraged her massive social media following to generate buzz, but she also went beyond just posting pretty pictures. She shared her personal skincare journey,
Hmm.
talked about her struggles with acne, and it emphasized the importance of self-care. It felt authentic and relatable, not just another celebrity cash grab.
She also positioned Rhode as a curated minimalist line, focusing on high quality ingredients and essential products rather than overwhelming consumers with choice. In a way, it mirrored her own evolving style, sophisticated, understated, and focused on quality over quantity.
It's been fascinating to see her transform from model to entrepreneur, but of course, no deep dive into Hailey Bieber would be complete without talking about her very public personal life.
Let's be honest. Her relationship with Justin Bieber has been a constant source of fascination for the media and fans alike.
And it's a love story with more twists and turns than a Hollywood rom-com. They first started dating back in December 2015.
But split in January 2016. Then after a period of going their separate ways, they rekindled their romance in June 2018.
And things moved quickly. They announced their engagement in July 2018
Yeah.
and officially tied the knot in November of that same year. It was a whirlwind.
Their marriage sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. People had opinions, rumors flew, and the pressure was intense.
But through it all, they seemed determined to make it work. They held a second wedding ceremony in South Carolina on September 30th, 2019, surrounded by family and friends. And in May 2024, they announced they were expecting their first child.
Their son was born on August 23, 2024. A new chapter for the Biebers.
And as of 2024, they've settled down in sunny La Quinta, California. After spending time in a lakefront property in Cambridge, Ontario, Canada,
Yeah.
seems like they're trying to create a more private, family-oriented life, away from the constant glare of Hollywood. But of course, with their level of fame, privacy is a
Yeah.
relative term.
Absolutely. They're still very much in the public eye, and Haley hasn't shied away from sharing glimpses into their life together.
Yeah.
Whether it's through social media or in interviews. She's spoken about her faith. She was raised as an evangelical Christian and attends church home with Justin and her political views. Initially supporting Bernie Sanders in the 2020 Democratic primaries before endorsing Joe Biden.
It's interesting to see her use her platform to speak out on issues that are important to her. She's also been candid about her health challenges.
In March 2022, she was hospitalized with stroke-like symptoms. It turned out to be a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, caused by a patent foramen oval, a heart defect.
That must have been terrifying. Thankfully,
Oh.
she underwent surgery to repair the defect and has since recovered.
She's also spoken openly about dealing with an ovarian cyst in November 2022 and the impact of online rumors and negativity on her mental health in April 2023. She specifically mentioned feeling fragile due to alleged feuds with singer Selena Gomez, who was previously in a relationship with Justin.
It shows that even someone with Hailey's seemingly perfect life faces real struggles, and her willingness to talk about them helps destigmatize these issues and encourages others to seek help when they need it.
It's a reminder that behind the glamorous facade, there's a real person with real feelings, and despite the challenges of fame and online scrutiny, Haley has shown remarkable resilience and a commitment to using her platform for good.
It's been quite a journey.
Yeah.
From aspiring ballerina to global supermodel, TV host, entrepreneur, wife, and mother, Hailey Bieber has done it all. But one question lingers: what's next for this multi-talented woman? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What will Hailey Bieber do next? She's accomplished so much at such a young age. It's hard to imagine what challenges she'll take on.
She's certainly not one to rest on her laurels. If your past is any indication, she's likely already brainstorming her next move, whether it's expanding her Rhode skincare empire, taking on a new creative project, or maybe even using her platform to advocate for a cause she's passionate about.
Maybe we'll see her on the big screen. She's dabbled in acting before, but a starring role in a major film could be her next big challenge.
Or perhaps she'll surprise us all and go in a completely different direction. She's proven time and again that she's not afraid to take risks and reinvent herself. Remember, she went from from high fashion runways to hosting a rap battle show.
That's true. And she did it with style and grace, whatever she decides to do. I have a feeling she'll do it with the same passion and determination that's gotten her this far.
I completely agree. Hailey Bieber is a force to be reckoned with. She's a talented model, a savvy businesswoman, a devoted wife and mother,
Yeah.
and a voice for her generation.
And she's done it all while navigating the intense pressures of fame and public scrutiny. Her journey is a reminder that success isn't always a straight line. There will be bumps in the road, challenges to overcome, and moments of self-doubt.
But it's how you handle those challenges that defines you. Hailey has shown remarkable resilience and a willingness to learn and grow from her experiences.
She's also been open about her vulnerabilities, which makes her even more relatable and inspiring. It's a reminder that behind the glamorous photo shoots and red carpet appearances, there's a real person with real struggles, just like the rest of us.
Her story is a testament to the power of hard work, determination, and staying true to yourself, even when the whole world is watching.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into the world of Hailey Bieber.
It's been fascinating exploring her multifaceted journey.
From ballet dreams to runway domination, from TV host to skincare mogul, and from whirlwind romance to family life. Hailey has lived a life that's both aspirational and relatable.
She's proven that you can be a fashion icon and a businesswoman, a wife, and a mother, a global superstar and a down-to-earth individual.
So as we sign off, I leave you with this question: What lessons can you take from Hailey Bieber's story? How can her journey inspire you to chase your own dreams, embrace your own unique path, and navigate the challenges of life with grace and resilience?
Thanks for joining us on Tell Me More Stories Told as podcast. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the lives of fascinating people.